Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shade Tree. We've come a long way with this old 46, but we still have a long way to go. Stick around. This week's episode is about body work, and more body work. And we're going to try to see if we can salvage this old grill and refitting all these parts back on this truck to see where we stand. So far, she's looked pretty good. We got the same scenario on this side as we had on the other side. The front fits pretty decent. We are going to have to trim a little off on the back side, which isn't a problem. The bolt hole lines up with the support bracket, so we know that's in the right place. Just do a little trimming back here, that's all.
I got a long-winded woman, and she gonna talk me to death. I got a long-winded woman, have a conversation with herself. She talked for 5 hours, it won't even pause, and now she got arthritis in the jaw. I got a long-winded woman, and she gonna talk me to death. I got a long-winded woman, have a conversation with herself. She sounds just like a broke alternator, and she can make a killing as a telephone operator. I got a long-winded woman, and she gonna talk me to death. I got a long-winded woman, and she gonna talk me to death. I got a long-winded woman, have a conversation with herself. Put it now in my eulogy, the long-winded woman was the death to me. I got a long-winded woman, and she gonna talk me to death.
Georgia, place my folks call home. And on to Carolina, place where I was born. Good morning, Music City, I've got a song for you. And God Almighty Lord paid my dues. Good God, I paid my dues from Mississippi on to Alabama, from Louisiana on to Texarkana. I'm getting a little too good, Lord, singing these old blues. Good God Almighty Lord paid my dues. Well, that Motel 6 in Austin has really gone downhill, but not as bad as my backseat where I stayed in Amarillo. Not much further to California, just a couple one-night stands, and I'm wrapped up in my baby's arms again. Good God, I paid my dues from Albuquerque on to Arizona, from Boulder City up to Wyoming.
We finally got our round stock on the back of our box. Now, I'll be honest with you, I had some doubts about, the whole no tailgate thing. But now that the round stock is on there and we got some body work on it, I think it's going to look pretty cool. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad it didn't go for a conventional box. This fabricated box gives it kind of its own cool vibe, you know what I mean? So I'm just going to keep trucking along with the body work. So I'm plugging along on this body work, and I think we have a little issue. The side here is raised a little bit more. I think I probably should have checked that before we did body work. I guess I just assumed that these angles were proportionate. I got my little angle finder here. What we're going to do is check the angle on this side that I think looks normal against the side over here. You can see it's off. So yeah, we're going to have to cut that, bend that down. Hopefully it doesn't throw the geometry of the thing off. So I think if we put a relief cut in there and bent that down, put it back to the same angle, I think we'll be all right. I guess that's how it goes. I'll run down and get some cutting wheels tomorrow probably. We'll get after that, get that straightened out. Okay guys, so I kind of got this thing mocked back up, got the fenders back on the front, put the radiator support in, mocked up our new front valance, and you can see this grill needs to come to a point, I'm thinking, where this is pointed, just round it off. I don't know if we need to break these welds and match the point we have here on this valance. That valance is an aftermarket fiberglass one. Doesn't fit exactly perfect, but you know, I kind of expected that. I did some grinding on it, and man, she's got holes. You know, I said I really wanted to save this thing, but man, I don't know. Look at this. This thing's busted right off here. All booger welded there. It's gonna have to be, something's got to be done with that. I don't know what. It's broken here. It's gonna have to be moved over, welded. But it's pretty bent up. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. It's gonna be quite a challenge to fix this thing. We'll keep working on it. I'm thinking you can see how far that is off. That needs to be bent back out. Okay, so we can see that the grill fits pretty good without that bottom piece on there. I think just straightening that bottom piece out and working the metal on this grill, we might be able to make this work. It's not going to be easy, but I think we can make it work. Alright, so you can see what I did here. I had to cut the bottom to make this conform to where we want it to be. I just got it taped in there for now to hold it in place. But that's how far it was off. Having it to actually fit in place like it should. She's still a little bit out of center, but I think we could probably work with that. Once I get it tacked in the right place, we'll start to refit it on here and fix all the sides. Well, after messing with this grill for literally hours, I think I finally got it lined up with the fenders and the valance. Pretty good, pretty tight. Series of relief cuts, and this thing was all bent up. We got a lot of welding to do, and hopefully the metal is so thin. I'm hoping that we can retack that where it was. Somebody had brazed it together. Might have to do the same thing. I don't know. Okay, so now that we got this thing finally fitting like it's supposed to fit on the bottom, we'll go ahead and get the welder out, and we're going to tack that whole bottom in. And then we're going to start on the top. There's some alignment issues here. I think we're going to have to cut this weld. This has got to be moved down so it stays flush with this. Same thing on the other side. This bar lines up here, but these are all, maybe if I just ground them down, they might fit better. But the welds are really bad. So I'm just going to take it one step at a time. We're going to hit this bottom first and go from there. Well guys, when I tell you I've literally had this grill off this truck about 100 times, it's not an exaggeration. I mean, this thing has been nothing but a big pain in the, you know what. So after hours and hours of messing with this thing, I finally got it to fit tight all the way around. Yes, there are a few issues. I'll show them to you. One is right there. These are actually lining up with the holes in the fender. This is lining up with the holes in the fender. So this is where this has to be so you can see how far we're off. And to me, these two look like they're bent in. We're going to have to break the welds on those and try to straighten them out somehow. This is probably the worst of it right here. The rest of it fits pretty decently. There's one spot right up the top here where this is bulging out a little bit, but I think I can clamp and weld that down. But that's it right there. I mean, I've literally been at this for 6 hours, and that's as far as I've gotten. We still got a little ways to go. We got to fix that somehow. And yeah. Then we got to get a finish on it. We got some holes to fill. So was it worth saving $1,000 on an aftermarket grill? Yeah. Right now it is to me, because I'd rather put the money into something else. I just want to paint it and get it together so it's ready for the spring for car shows and ice cream. There it is, guys. Started out this morning with a grill that was probably going to be almost unusable. I think it's going to work out for us. We still have a little bit more cleaning up to do on it. Got some more welding to do, but you know what? I think it fits pretty decent now. I'm kind of happy with that. All right, let's do a little recap of the week. We got our round stock installed, body worked a little. Still got a little bit of a repair to do down there, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. This is more work on the roll pan. We body worked our cab a little bit. We cleaned up our fender braces, sprayed them. We got the grill on. Got it cut, bent down and out so it matches our valance. Got it fitting pretty decently. We still have a little bit more work to do on it. We'll just keep plugging on that. So for next week, the magic whiteboard says, fill the holes in the far wall where the master cylinder was. Repair our box like we just talked about. Cut our running boards down to fit. Keep on the body work, keep on the grill. The plan is to keep body work in the box and the cab so we can get them shot in the next couple of weeks. We can get to going on our wiring here soon. We still have a ton of work to do. We're going to keep at it. If you're liking the videos, hit that like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, maybe share the video with a friend. I'd appreciate it. Until next time, take it easy.